Okay, now I've got the vessel shaped, and I've got the inside of the vessel bored out to a depth that I can use to then, next step is to hollow. What I use for hollowing is the Kelton hollowing rig. It's mounted to the lathe. I have a General 25-650 lathe, which allows me to turn a 16-inch bowl. So I use the smaller of the Kelton rigs. They have a larger one that they make for the larger lathes. The tools that I use in the end here are Kelton tools. I use a much more hooked tool at the beginning to allow me to get under the shoulder of the vessel. They have a couple more tools here. One is a little less of a hook, and then one's a straight, depending on where I am in the form itself. I've used these tools with handles, and that works, but it's a little less stable. The Kelton rig provides me much more stability and more control when I do the cuts. With the tools themselves, they have a nice cutting action. If you do a heavier burr when you sharpen, then they have a rapid cut. If you do a little less burr, then they're a smoother cut to do some finishing cuts. So the other point about these tools is that when I start to cut, they'll create shavings, they'll create sawdust instead of shavings. And then when I'll use a compressor to blow with air to blow the sawdust out as I go in here, so you won't get a catch, or you won't bind up the tool with the shavings of the sawdust. Okay, so now I'm going to start. I'm going to insert the tool here and back off the point so it's not touching the form. Then I turn on the lathe, and then I start to hollow. And it's an easy action. The tool is resting against the tool rest, and the rig is facing a little bit further back, so that by itself the tool will kind of rest naturally on the tool rest. And then you can hear as I cut. It's just a matter of just cutting back and forth, just going back and forth. And I'll stop every once in a while to clean out the sawdust and measure the thickness of the wall to see that I'm not going too thin on the outside, or the wall thickness.